Hi there, my name is Tapainga and I do tarot, and I want to give you a general reading. But remember, this is TikTok, so only take it if it resonates. Let's see what you need to hear. Spirit, what does this collective need to hear? Spirit, what does this collective need to hear? Thank you. So we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Wands, and then we also have the Star card. And the Star card is all about like not giving up hope and wishing upon a star and holding on to that hope. And I feel like there is something that you are putting a lot of work in towards, and it's very much like you're juggling it. What is this? It seems like you're doing a lot. And again, it's very much you're having to juggle multiple things to get your wish, to get your dream accomplished. What is this? Spirit, what is this for this collective? What do they need to hear? I just saw 55 on the timer. Thank you. All right. So we have the Temperance here. And then we also have the Nine of Wands. And then we also have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's this sense of not giving up hope. Same thing as the Star card. Like the Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior card. Like been beating down, but not giving up hope, staying persistent. And then the Temperance card is talking about balance as well. Same thing with this Two of Pentacles. Very much like juggling and like going with the flow of things is what I'm hearing as well. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. And it's like, I feel like something stopped you from working or like working on this. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I feel like you had to stop working on something. And that might even be like working in general. And this is something like I can even relate to. So I feel like I'm getting messages from this. And it's like that moment of like having to stop. I know myself personally, I just saw 222 on the timer. Like, I had to quit like working because I physically cannot work anymore. Like at my traditional jobs, like I was a barber. I just saw 234 on the timer. So it's like that sense of like that sudden change, and it feels like, whew, it almost feels like I'm at 249, so I'm going to switch this over to a part 2 as well. So go to part 2. I'm going to post it right after this. Okay, this is part 2 to, I believe I'm titling it Chasing the Dream. So go back and look that. If you haven't seen part 1, go check out part 1 first. So again, I left off where I was talking about me personally, where I had to stop working in like a traditional job, and which allowed me to start focusing on tarot more. But I had to stop working full time because of medical conditions, and so that was like something I struggled with. And again, I feel like that's very much the sense, and it might not even be close to similar to what you're going through, but I still the sense of having to stop something else and like stop working on something, but that opens up the doors to more possibilities. Okay, so it's not a bad thing. And again, that's like that's where I'm connecting to this a lot. And I just saw 55 on the timer again. I typically don't like to throw in my personal stuff into the readings, especially the general readings. But that's where it's clicking, that's where it's resonating. So you may be going through a similar situation where you possibly maybe become disabled or not able to work. And it's very much this sense of like that change in life, that change in aspect. But again, your guides are not wanting you to give up hope. And again, it feels like you're working on something else. You're kind of putting your all into something, and you're juggling multiple things at a time, even though you are not like working at this time, if that makes sense. But then we have the Seven of Cups here with the Three of Cups. And again, it's very much this, there's more opportunities for you than you realize. And I feel like whatever this was that you had to stop opened up space for these possibilities, for these options, for you to find, again, like a community that you belong belong to, a community that you belong to. I just saw 202 on the timer. So, and make more connections. Interesting. Anything else for this collective? So do not give up. Like, do not give up. Do not, yeah, okay. The Lovers. And I feel like, again, so the Lovers, yes, can talk about, like, soulmate connections, but that's not what I'm picking up here. In the traditional meaning, it talks about making a choice. And making a choice for the betterment of you. Making, like, I just heard the right choice, but it's not, like, there are no, like, right or wrong choices. I mean, there are, but, like, we're not getting into that. But, like, again, it's very much you having to make this decision, and where I feel like you had to stop whatever that it was you were doing and go in a different direction. But again, that different direction opened up all of these possibilities. And then we have the Queen of Wands with the High Priestess behind it, and it's like this allowed you to step into your power, or is allowing you to step into your power, and allowing you to connect higher, like to your intuition and to your higher self and your guides or spirit or God or whomever it is that you speak to. We're going to go over to part 3. So moving on to part 3, because we're already at 3 minutes. So give me just a second. So this is part 3. I wasn't expecting a 3-parter out of this one. So if you have not watched part 1 and part 2, please go back and watch those for this to make sense. But again, whatever position that you are in now, you have a lot more options, a lot more possibilities than you realize. And your guides are asking you to step into your confidence and creativity mode. The Wands talks about, like, again, being authentic and brave and courageous, and like it also talks about the creative side of our nature, like connecting with the creative side of your nature, getting more creative. And it might be like, again, you having to stop whatever this was in the past allowed you that time and space for more creative endeavors. And so it feels like it was almost like divine intervention. This, again, whatever this was. I just saw 101 on the timer. There's a lot of numbers in this reading. And okay, it was 101 on the time, too. It's 1 p.m. and 1 minute. Or 101 p.m. I don't know, 1 p.m. and 1 minute. That's weird. Anyway, but it's like, it's allowing you to connect to your higher self, to your intuition, and to, like, your inner guidance. Anything else for this collective moving forward? I keep hearing just get creative, yeah. And then we have the 8 of Wands, which talks about fast change, fast movement. So I feel like it's like, and again, that wand energy where it's like that creative side and passionate side. And the Emperor, it's like time for you to take charge. It's time for you to take control. Yes, this was out of your control. But again, I feel like there is this like divine intervention thing that happened to cause this so that you could have these more options. But again, you're kind of in this grieving period of this. But again, it was to open space for you to take charge, for you to take control of your life. Anything else? I think that might be it. Oh, okay. Ooh. Queen of Swords, yeah. It's time for you to take charge. Put it into action. And I feel like you've been thinking a lot about this, and like you have a lot of creative ideas like in your mind already. But it's time to put pen to paper, put it into action, and get moving on it. Get moving on it.